magical world of Charles Perrault, the charming story of Puss in Boots.
So bring on the whole family.
A long time ago, there was a rich man who left his sons all of his land and money to divide. But, alas, the youngest son, Jacques, ended up with only a bent gold coin. There was something else. Oh, me, the family cat. With nothing but our bent gold coin and each other for company, we headed for the county fair to seek our fortune.
Cheer up, Tabby. I feel lucky for some reason. Maybe when we get to the fair, something good will happen. It's the king and the Princess Melanie.
Don't bother with him, Melanie, dear. He's only a poor peasant.
Did you see her? She's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. I wish I were a prince instead of a pauper. The princess threw me a flower. Me. And the king wouldn't let her talk to me. I wonder what else can happen, Tabby.
Looks like someone down there could use a bootmaker. Yes, indeed. Me. Magic boots! Get your magic boots right here! Boots for wishing! Boots for betting! Magic boots for all occasions! Maybe he doesn't hear too well. I'll try again. Special sale on magic boots! You look as though you could use my services, young fella. Come on over here. Tell you what I'm going to do for you. I was beginning to think I lost my touch.
Are your boots very expensive?
Certainly not, for the money. Besides, whoever wears my boots will have wisdom, pluck, and luck.
Wisdom, pluck, and luck, huh? We could use all of that, couldn't we?
That's right. At least 2 out of 3, anyway. And now, for 20 francs, I could make you a terrific pair of wishing boots with...
I don't have 20 francs. Could you make me the right size for this?
Boy, I get 'em all. This isn't very much money.
I know. Look, maybe we better forget about the whole thing.
No. I'm just a big softy. I hate to disappoint anybody. Okay, I'll make the right size boots for this. Just have a seat and I'll go to my studio. Hey, young fella!
I can't wear these.
Listen, Sonny. You asked me if I could make the right size boots for this, didn't you? Those are the right size boots for this. What do you think this is worth?
You've cheated me. Give me back my money.
Help! Murder! Help! You better get out of here. Here come some of my friends. They'll take care of you.
Oh, Tabby, I spent our last money on nothing. You're the best friend I've got, Tabby. What's the matter? Who ever heard of a Puss in Boots? Well, at least some use will come from these.
Boy, I thought you'd never catch on. Whew. You don't mind if I call you Jacques, do you?
You're talking. Cats don't talk.
Cats don't wear magic boots either. And it's Orlando.
What's Orlando?
My name. Tabby. Yeah. Yippee! I can talk! Boy, you don't know how many years I've been looking at the way you humans do things. You know something? People aren't half as smart as cats. My big chance. You gave me my big break.
Listen, I was glad to do it.
Guess what? You're going to marry that Princess Melanie. That's going to be my gift to you. I saw the way you looked at each other.
Marry the Princess Melanie? I don't think I measure up to a princess.
Wrong. Wrong. You've got me.
But,
Come on, we've got to get started. Didn't you hear the man? Wisdom, pluck, and luck. Oh, well, it's not what you've got here that counts. Up here's where it counts. Come on.
I meant to ask you, old boy, can you eat what humans eat now?
Of course, my dear man. That cherry pie looks scrumptious, doesn't it?
Must you block the window? Who's your friend? I don't like the way he looks.
Oh, I'll fix this guy. Friends! That's right. Come closer. I want to tell you all something that I had to learn the hard way. I was a healthy, normal person, just like yourselves, until I started to eat pastry. That's right, pastry. I don't know how much pastry and cakes and pies each of you eats, but I, poor wretch that I am, didn't listen when friends told me not to eat pastry, cakes, and pies. I thought I knew it all. Do you think I always had this tail? Do you think I always looked like a large cat? No, ladies and gentlemen. That man with his sugar and spices and innocent-looking pastries made me what I am today. Did you ever stop to think why bakers only work at night? Did you ever stop to think how they made devil's food cake? And did you ever stop to think how all those spices work inside your body? Because you can't stop eating them because they taste too good. Who out there has been feeling funny lately?
I've been noticing that my beard is turning gray.
I've been getting toothaches.
My feet hurt before it rains.
Do you eat cake, my friends?
Yes, we do. But I've been your baker for years.
How can you allow this baker, who's a terrible threat to your health, to remain here and sell you these things?
Boy, you sure got those townspeople mad at him. They couldn't wait for us to help them out and take everything away. Could I have a chocolate eclair?
Don't you know it's better to give than to receive?
Give? To who?
To the king. Who else do you save the best for?
The king?
Welcome.
Welcome? This is the forest of my master, the Duke de la Grotesque. Smells delicious. This is great. Listen, fellas, if it was up to me, it wouldn't matter. But this land belongs to the worst ogre in the country. He does terrible things to people, and that's just part of it.
Well, why do you work for him?
I'm a very good coachman. He's pretty good to me, but still, there's nothing more rotten than a rotten ogre.
Wait a minute. A smart man like you doesn't have to put up with anything today. Carters make a fortune these days.
Carters? I never heard of it.
What's that?
A cart?
Now, what do you think a carter does?
I know. He carts.
Do you know that carters can make a fortune in a very short time? Everybody seems to be moving something someplace these days.
But where am I going to get a cart?
Tell you what I'm going to do for you. I'll trade you my cart for your coach.
I don't want to see the look on the Duke's face when he finds out he has no more coach. Why did you want me to wear this?
To make the best impression on the king.
The king? Is that where we're going?
Oh, I thought it would be nice for the Marquis de Carabas to send the king some chocolate eclairs. After all, the Marquis de Carabas has to make a good impression.
Orlando, who is this Marquis de Carabas?
I'll tell you later. Have a cupcake. My friend, we've been sent by our master, the Marquis de Carabas, to present a gift to the king. Some of the finest pastries in the land. Do you like chocolate or strawberry?
I must try the eclairs next. The Marquis de...
Carabas. If I may, Your Highness, the cream puffs are delicious.
He must be quite a fellow, this Marquis de...
Marquis de Carabas.
Well, we've never heard of him, but he's certainly made quite an impression on us.
You sent for me, Father?
Ah, there you are, Melanie dear. You must try these pastries. Come over here, darling. Don't waste your time with footmen. Try these pastries. They're a present from the Marquis de...
Carabas, Your Highness. C-A-R-A-B-A-S. The princess could never bother with a peasant at a country fair, or a footman. But the Marquis de Carabas, now that's another story.
But who is this Marquis?
You are, my lord.
Me?
We rode back to the little village and gave the beautiful carriage to the village in exchange for the cart they loaned us. They were so impressed that they wanted to elect me mayor on the spot. But I turned them down, explaining that I just didn't think cats had any business in politics. I nominated Jacques instead. We moved into the grand town hall, and we really worked hard to make that village prosperous. People gave us gifts to express their gratitude. But I had not forgotten my promise to Jacques. Guess what? You're going to marry that Princess Melanie. When we had enough fine gifts, we once more made a journey to the king. The king, of course, was delighted with the gifts.
I must meet this Marquis de Carabas.
Right.
Tell me about him.
Imagine the bravest, the handsomest, the most noble young nobleman of them all, Your Highness. And add intelligence and charm, and you can begin to appreciate my master. There's only one thing that he lacks. He just hasn't been able to find the right wife.
I've been looking for just such a man for the princess. I think I'll leave after my nap.
To visit the Marquis?
Yes, yes. Now, how do I get to his castle?
Well, you know that road that leads up to your castle? You take that for about 15 miles.
You can't trick the king. You gave him directions to the Duke de la Grotesque's castle. What are you going to do when he ends up meeting that ogre instead of the Marquis de Carabas?
I really wish you had more confidence in me. Stop the carriage. Good day to you, my good man. My master and I were wondering why you were working so hard.
If I don't, the wicked Duke will beat me.
Oh, you haven't heard yet.
Heard? What?
The Duke has been killed by my master, the Marquis de Carabas. There he is in the carriage.
When did this happen?
A few hours ago. How would you like your freedom and a nice piece of land for your own? Just tell the king that your master is the Marquis de Carabas and that he owns the land. You will be rewarded. Water. Just what I was looking for. Now, don't ask me why. Just take off your clothes and go for a swim in that water.
But I don't like to swim.
I don't have time to explain. Will you just go for a swim?
Hey, what are you doing? The king's coming with the princess. I've got nothing to wear.
The most awful thing just happened.
What's the matter?
Thieves just stole my master's clothing. He's in the stream with nothing to wear to greet you and the princess.
I brought a few extra things. Why don't you borrow something of mine?
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Good. Your Majesties, may I present the Marquis de Carabas?
Your Majesties, I'm honored.
We've been looking forward to this. haven't we, Melanie, dear?
I'm very happy to know you.
You somehow look familiar to me.
Yes, there's something about your face.
I know the Marquis has dreamt about the princess. Perhaps the princess has dreamt about him.
That's probably where I saw you. Please come join us.
Yes, and tell the driver how to get to your castle.
If you don't mind, I'll just dash ahead and make sure everything's ready. Look, I'll come right to the point. I'm a cat, and I heard that your master likes to eat cats. I've been bored lately, and I thought if he would eat me, then it would change my outlook on things. How about if I tell him it was your idea? Would that be points for you? Good. I'll just tell him that you just came right out with it. Why don't you let the Duke eat you, you said.
Who are you?
Somebody told me that you're the second most evil ogre in the world.
Second? First?
Good. Nothing like the best. Would you eat me?
Hey, how come you want me to eat you? We don't get many cats that just walk in like this.
Curiosity kills a lot of cats. Speaking of curiosity, could you clear something up for me? Somebody told me that ogres can change into anything they want. That's not true, is it?
Of course, it's true. That eagle's no cinch. Satisfied?
Not completely. Big things look easy. How about something small?
Give me a small one. Go ahead.
A mouse.
Okay, hurry up. This is uncomfortable.
A mosquito. This'll be the last one. Well, I only had to talk to the mosquitoes, the Duke's subjects, and to tell them that he, wouldn't be around much anymore. I gave them each their own piece of land and their freedom, and they agreed to go along with the story that Jacques was the Marquis de Carabas. Of course, the king made a speech and got so carried away that he announced the marriage of the princess and Jacques. The Marquis. I really did a job. But a funny thing happened then. Jacques surprised me.
Orlando, nobody ever had a cat like you. You've made miracles happen. But I just can't marry the princess through tricks.
So Jacques told Princess Melanie everything.
And that's the way it all happened. I'm not a real Marquis.
I knew it was you at the fair, and that you were the footman, too. Did you ever hear the saying, handsome is as handsome does? Well, I think that nobody has acted more like a Marquis than you have in telling me the truth. You've acted handsomely. I'd be proud to marry you now.
I couldn't have done it any other way. I love you so much.
And I love you. One thing.
What?
I'm still going to call you Jacques. Okay?
Okay.
He really surprised me and taught me something, too. But my own philosophy is still the best for me. You know, it isn't what's in here that counts. It's up here. And even though it helps if you can talk fast, the truth is important, too. Most of the time. Cat's honor.